In December 2010, In the Life premiered Legalizing Stigma, a report on the human cost of laws criminalizing HIV transmission and exposure.
Legalizing Stigma was the first documentary of any kind which looked at the issue of HIV criminalization from the perspective of people who have been targeted by these laws.
Catherine Hansons is the executive director and founder of the Center for HIV Law and Policy. She has worked on HIV legal and policy issues since 1984.
Not only was Legalizing Stigma the first video of its kind, but it wound up being an extremely useful educational tool, in part because there was nothing else out there. And it also, in a very three-dimensional way, communicated what some of the problems are that advocates have been talking about for many years.
In the Life Media examined the lives of men prosecuted under HIV criminalization laws.
I think that there are a lot of misconceptions about HIV, how it's transmitted, how infectious people are. Can you be in the same room with them?
The story on the street is, I have AIDS and gave AIDS to this poor unsuspecting kid. This is someone I was actually planning on spending the rest of my life with.
Gregory Smith was African American, he was poor, and he had HIV.
It is much easier to get policymakers to look at a video than it is to meet with attorneys, sit down and read some of the medical and scientific information that demonstrates why these policies are so harmful and so ineffective. In fact, we were able to use Legalizing Stigma as a central part of the very first Congressional Briefing on criminalization. And at an international gathering of experts hosted by UNAIDS in Geneva,
In the Life's decision to continue coverage of HIV criminalization, specifically with a report on women, was motivated by the lack of fair media perspective on this issue.
Every now and then there is some kind of sensationalist story of women who trusted some man and were exposed without their knowledge. None of those stories consider the possibility that there are women living with HIV. None of them consider the possibility that we all need to be responsible for our sexual health.
Advocates like Hansons believe that public education on HIV criminalization must reach a broader audience in order to be effective.
The audience for Legalizing Stigma will be not only community members who will see it, but people from the Department of Justice, officials from departments of health around the world. So this is an important audience and a great way to demonstrate to people who may be looking at this issue for the first time, maybe coming to a meeting about criminalization for the first time, a great way for them to get the picture.